What's going on? So today I'm going to be going over fat loss on a budget because a lot of people think that they can't eat healthy because healthy food's really expensive, when in reality, that's not the case. You can easily afford it and there's no excuse why you can't. And people think they can't lose weight because they can't afford the healthy, clean foods, which is completely wrong. So today I'm going to break it down to you guys so you know exactly what you need to do and what you need to buy so you can actually eat healthy, lose weight, and do it in a budget. So, first thing we're going to go over is mindset. Obviously, consistency over perfection. No one's going to be perfect when it comes to that. That's a very basic thing when it comes to weight loss in general. One thing you need to do if you want to be healthy and eat on a budget is you need to go to budget friendly grocery stores. So that would be like Aldi, Walmart, Winco Foods, Foods for Less, and grocery outlets. These are places in the States. You should be able to go to these stores instead of these expensive ones because these are going to be lower prices and it's going to work for you. At the end of the day, it's still healthy foods. Just because it's not the expensive store doesn't mean it's not good for you. Obviously, you need to have budget boundaries set in place so you actually don't, spend way too much money on food when you don't need to be. One thing I do recommend if you're able to do this is to buy in bulk at places like Costco because you can get foods for a lot cheaper if you buy it in bulk. You have to pay a membership for Costco. I believe it is about $50 a year. So it is kind of worth it if you're going to be buying in bulk. Another thing that you can do is use store apps and loyalty cards because a lot of times you'll get discounts whenever you use those and if you use them consistently. So that way things are going to be cheaper. And once again, you're going to be in a budget. When you're shopping, always look at the clearance section. You never know if there's something that's on your list that's going to be there that's a lot cheaper, obviously, which is going to help you. A big thing is to buy store brands over name brands. The name brands, you're just buying the name at the end of the day. The store brand is also healthy. It's not that big of a deal. You're on a budget. You don't have the space to be able to be picky like that. Another thing that you should do is shop on Wednesdays because many stores mark down their meats midweek. So that means obviously it's going to be cheaper and you're going to be saving more money, which is the whole point of this. So now let's go over to nutrition. So now I'm going to tell you what you should be getting for proteins and for carbs. Obviously, these are budget friendly. I have the prices written down and everything. So right now, let's get into the protein side. First up, we got canned tuna. So it's a 5 to 6 ounce can. It can go from $1.40 to $12. Might be saying $12. That's kind of crazy. Like that's not a budget. Obviously, that's if you get like the flavored stuff, like the really high end stuff, but you're on a budget. You're not doing that. You're going to get the cheaper option. So it's going to be closer to the 140 mark. Next up, we got eggs. And for a dozen eggs, which is 12 for some people that don't know that, is $3 to $6. That is easily affordable when in this budget. And the price will vary by location. So obviously, like we talked about, go to the cheaper grocery stores. You're going to find it in the lower price range. Next up, obviously, we got Greek yogurt. 32 ounces, which is one tub, is going to be $4 to $6. And that depends on the brand that you get. Once again, we're on a budget. We're not going for the bougie fancy stuff. You're going to get the cheaper option. And last on proteins, we have chicken thighs. This is going to be $1.80 to $2.50 per pound. This varies by the location that you get it from. And once again, we're going to the cheaper stores. You should be able to find it at the cheaper prices. So now we're going to head over to the carb side. First up, we got frozen vegetables. This is going to be per pound. It's $1.50 to $2.50. This obviously varies on brand and location. I'm not going to say it. I've already said it a bunch of times. We're getting the cheaper stuff. Next up, we got cabbage. This is per pound. It's going to be either 60 cents to $1. That's easily budgetable, fits well. You can go with a lot of foods. Now we got carrots. Per pound is 50 cents to 70 cents. That's super cheap. Like you can't go wrong with that. Next up, we got potatoes. Per pound is 40 to 70 cents. This is going to be a great carb to actually keep you feeling fueled up and not super tired all the time. We also got oats in here. This is going to be per pound 60 cents to $1. This is going to vary by location, obviously, which you should be able to get the lower price, but even still $1 for a pound, that's not bad at all. Next up, we got bananas. They're only 60 to 70 cents, which is easily affordable. Last on the carb list is going to be white rice. Per pound is 70 cents to $1, which you can easily make work. So now I've given you a list of budget foods that you can buy every week so that you can actually be on top of your diet. So now that I've given you the foods that you should get on a budget, I'm going to actually show you a weekly budget of $100, how all of that food will fit into it. And I'm going to show you a meal plan that you can use with it. So first off, let's go with the grocery list. So we're going to get 6 cans of canned tuna, which is going to come out to $10. We're going to get 2 dozen eggs, which is going to be $6. 2 tubs of Greek yogurt for $10. Chicken thighs, 5 pounds for $12.50. Frozen veggies, we're going to get 3 pounds for $6.50. We're going to get 2 pounds of cabbage for $1.50. 2 pounds of carrots for $1.50. 5 pounds of potatoes for $3, 2 pounds of oats for $2.50. We're gonna get 2.5 pounds of bananas for $1.75, 5 pounds of rice for $4.50, and olive oil or butter, whatever you choose to cook with, for $3. So all of this right here, this comes out to $75. So you're going to have $25 left over that you can use for seasonings, sauces. If you're going to use sauces, make sure it's low to no calorie. So instead of making this into $100, I made this into $75. You might be thinking that food's not going to be enough for the whole week. Well, I'm going to show you a meal plan now, a whole day of eating, that if you stuck to this, you would have that food last the entire week. For the first meal, it's going to be half a cup of oats, 1 banana, 2 whole eggs, 1 teaspoon of olive oil, and 500 to 550 calories. Now the second meal is going to be a cup of Greek yogurt, half a cup of oats, and that's going to come out to 400 calories. Now for your third meal, which is likely going to be your lunch, we're going to have a 5-ounce cooked chicken thigh, 1 cup of cooked rice, 1.5 cups of frozen veggies, and that's about 600 to 650 calories right there. And now for the fourth meal, which is going to be more of a snack, is going to be 1 can of tuna, cabbage slaw. You're going to use a teaspoon of olive oil with that, and 1 hard-boiled egg. That's 400 calories right there. Now for the final meal, you're going to have a 4-ounce chicken thigh, 1.5 cups of roasted potatoes, 1 cup of carrots, and that comes out to about 500 to 550 calories. So this entire day of eating comes out to 2,500 calories, 160 to 180 grams of protein, 250 to 270 grams of carbs, 70 to 80 grams of fat. All of the food on the grocery list is going to last the entire week if you stuck to this. And it only costed $75. So now you genuinely have no excuse whatsoever on why you can't stick to this diet. So you have a whole plan right here in front of you. So there's no reason why you can't stick to this. And maybe, this isn't your cup of tea, some things on here. If you just reach out to me and we work together, I could easily build you a budget plan that you're going to be able to stick to, and that's going to last long term, and you're going to get results with it. So I don't want to hear anything about, oh, I can't afford it. So I don't want to hear anything else about, I can't afford it, it costs too much to eat healthy, because in reality, you eating out is probably costing you more. But if this meal plan doesn't work for you, just reach out to me and I'd be more than happy to help you out, help find foods that you enjoy, and make sure it fits into a budget that works for you. So now all that's left to do is lock in, get shredded, and lose that fat that you've been wanting to lose for forever. Now, if you enjoyed this video, drop a like, drop a follow, and if you want to see any certain video ideas from me, go ahead and drop it in the comments. I'd be more than happy to make those videos for you guys. But otherwise, it was great talking to you guys. I'm hoping this helps someone out, and have a good day.